or discover the knowledge or test uh, test the theory or hypothesis. And these are the tools for business analytics, right? The R is one of the popular tools and software. And then, so there are several text analytic tools and visualization. For visualization, we have the Power BI from Microsoft or Tableau from Salesforce. And so you can learn some programming to collect the data and analyze data, for instance, Python, Java, and others, right? And for the statistical analysis, you can use R, Stata, or SPSS, or SAS. And then we learned what is machine learning, right? So machine learning is intelligence demonstrated by the machines or computer systems to mimic the human behaviors or human thinking, right? And artificial intelligence is umbrella term of machine learning. So those machine learning and artificial intelligence are the similar terms, but deep learning is one of the machine learning algorithms you can use. So deep learning is more specific techniques in machine learning. And when it comes to classical machine learning, there are two different types of learning styles. First, supervised learning, and second is unsupervised learning. So simply speaking, if you have a dependent variable you want to predict, and then you're doing supervised learning. If you do not have any specific dependent variable you want to predict, but if you want to find some patterns or new knowledge from the data, then you're doing unsupervised learning. So text mining is one of the examples of unsupervised learning. And this is the differences between computer science and machine learning, right? So you remember the system, which is box, and then machine learning is the process of finding or looking for a question mark. So hidden process of the system. And then there are several algorithms we can use for machine learning project. And then the most important concept in my classes is this one: explanatory modeling versus predictive modeling. So I'll explain this in my second slide. So, and then so there are several types of supervised machine learning. For instance, prediction or classification, right? And it's unsupervised learning. And then this is the overall framework of machine learning approach based on the supervised learning. And I explained one of the papers I used, I have written based on machine learning. So let me skip this. Then we stopped here, right? So this is second paper I want to show you. And this is one of the examples you can use, actually integrate different methods, the multiple methods. For instance, in this paper, I used the topping modeling, the text analytics, along with the impact asymmetry analysis based on the two-factor theory. The two-factor theory is one of the popular theories in marketing and management. So basically, hotel guest technologies are the guest-oriented technological amenities typically introduced to enhance guest satisfaction. But as I explained yesterday, there could be opposite example. So when technology-driven services fail, then our satisfaction go beyond the satisfaction area, right? It may go to the dissatisfaction area. So people usually think of the satisfaction and dissatisfaction is in the same line, in one line, but in the opposite side. But based on the two-factor theory, it's not in the same line, right? But it is a different effect from the service. So here is this two-factor theory. based on Hertzberg two-factor theory, and then each attribute has different expectation and perceived performance. Therefore, there should be a symmetric effect on customer satisfaction. And based on two-factor theory, now we have five-factor theory from back 2012 and Mikulik and Pribedzek in 2008. So there are 5 different roles in customer satisfaction and dissatisfaction, which are the delighter, satisfier, hybrid, dissatisfier, and frustrator. So that means there are more specific role in service setting on customer satisfaction and dissatisfaction. So that's the reason why we need to distinguish between customer satisfaction and customer dissatisfaction. Okay. So this is the figures I showed you yesterday. And dissatisfaction, satisfaction, and dissatisfier, and satisfaction and frustrator. And then based on the content analysis, we reviewed previous literature to find out the categorization of hotel guest technology. And then we also examined the websites, the hotel websites offering technology-based services. Then we finally found some dictionary and also 4 different technology categories. For instance, in-room technology, comfort technology, business essentials, and internet access. So these are the attributes and also details about each attribute, right? The definition and example. So from the literature, we identified 4 different attributes, which are the categories of hotel guest technologies. And then we presented the definition or concept of each attribute. And then from content analysis of the hotel website, we actually found all the examples of service technology-driven services in the hotel context. And also these examples are the fundamental kind of terms of our term dictionary for text mining. And then this is the research process we followed. The first, in the beginning, I showed you here the key objectives, right? So the objectives of these studies are to identify significant attributes of hotel guest technology and also investigate, examine the roles of hotel guest technologies in customer satisfaction and dissatisfaction. And also we use the service level of hotels to see the difference between luxury hotels and economy hotels. And then in particularly, we proposed the 3 research questions. The first question is, what are the significant attributes of hotel guest technology? And second question is, what are the unique roles of hotel guest technology in customer satisfaction and dissatisfaction? And this is based on the 2-factor theory I already explained. And so the last question is, are the roles of hotel guest technology different by the service level of hotels? Why this question we have in this study? Because according to satisfaction theory, customer satisfaction or service evaluation is based on how much they expect from the service. That means if you pay for the luxury hotel and then you expect much more than the economic hotels, right? For instance, if you pay $20 for your one-night stay at the luxury hotel, and your expectation much higher than the economic hotel with the daily rates is $70, right? It's completely different. So your expectation is part of your evaluation and also satisfaction. So that's the reason why we need to look at the different service level of hotels. So to address those research questions, we use two studies. First, study one, we use business analytics to analyze customers' reviews to capture and identify the hotel guest technologies and it's the customers' reactions, and also to specify the impact of those factors on customer satisfaction and dissatisfaction. We implemented impact asymmetry analysis, IAA, at the hotel property level. And then we split the data for comparing two different types of hotels, full service hotel and limited service hotel, to see how the impact of each technology attributes on customer satisfaction and dissatisfaction can be different. All right. So this is the exam overall kind of process of the this study. And then this is a more specific way to analyze the data we collected from TripAdvisor.com. So first of all, to address our research questions, we collected 500,000 online reviews in New York City from 2004 to 2019. And we used the self-developed JavaScript web crawler. And then we run this script for a week to collect 500,000 reviews. And then we clean up the data and then we removed missing values. The reviews with missing values were non-English characters. And our final data set is 520,000 reviews. Then to quantitatively measure hotel guest technology in reviews, we first create term dictionary. So what is term dictionary means is, as I showed you, we identified 4 different attributes or categories of hotel guest technologies from literature review, right? And then we conceptualized each attribute, and so we found actual services hotels are offering from their website, correct? And then to quantitatively measure the relative importance of each attribute, we create a term dictionary. So when it comes to text mining or text analytics, there are 2 different approaches. First approach is based on the term dictionary. So you only capture or measure the terms you want to see. The second approach is it's like the topic modeling. So you analyze the data to capture the most frequently mentioned terms or words or topics. But it's a little bit different between 2 approaches. And then once you quantitatively measure the relative importance of hotel guest technologies from customer reviews, and then to apply asymmetric analysis, IAA, we need to aggregate the data at the hotel property level. So from 520,000 reviews, we aggregate the data, and then final data set for hypothesis testing, not hypothesis. For regression analysis, we aggregate the data, and then our final data says 435 samples for each in the New York hotels. Then we ran the regression analysis for the customer satisfaction and dissatisfaction based on 2-factor theory to find the unique roles of hotel guest technologies from the review. Then we apply, yes, and also interpret the data results from impact asymmetry analysis. But for the last stage, we use the 5-factor theory, which is the most recent IEA approaches. in marketing and business. And this figure shows you the detailed information about how we aggregate the data, and also how we can create the customer satisfaction rating, and also dissatisfaction rating for impact asymmetry analysis. And this is completely different from the approach the typical IAA papers have used, because IAA, the two-factor theory based IAA papers have used the survey items, but instead of using those survey items, we used online reviews to capture the proportion of the hotel guest technologies from the reviews. Then we newly created each factors for impact asymmetry analysis. And then after converting the data from online reviews for two-factor theory, actually the five-factor theory here, then we ran the regression analysis for each to find out the unique role of each attribute of hotel guest technology, as you can see here. And then we interpreted the results based on five-factor analysis like this. Okay, so as you can see here, for all the hotels, internet is kind of certifiers, and hybrid role means the both, the certifier and discertifier, for instance, comfort, in-room, and it's the business technology can be frustrators, which means it's only for the dissatisfaction, but when it fails, and then people get mad, for instance. Okay, so comfort and business technologies are the kind of dissatisfiers or frustrators. That means there is no impact on satisfaction. And this is difference between full service hotels and also limited service hotels. And as you can see here, statistical significance is completely different between full service hotels and limited service hotel. So as we proposed. So as I explained, based on their expectation, customer expectation, and also how much they pay for their stay, their satisfaction toward the hotel guest technology are completely different, right? That means for each the hotel level, hotel management think their hotel guest technology for their customers in a different way. Right? So here